おはようございます。こんにちは。こんばんは。おやすみなさい。KCS チャンネル、みんふーです。タングルタワー実況プレイ続きからやっていきたいと思います。前回ですね、フレイヤの日記だったんですね、あれ。なんか鍵つけられてて。中開いたらちょっとよくわかんない詩があったんですけど、現状ちょっとどうにもできないんで、引き続きペネロピーとポインター教授話聞いていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。ちょっと毒気を感じるけどな、個人的には結構好きなキャラですね。はい、じゃあちょっと人物聞いていきたいと思います。すげえ喋るいきなり。
Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
喋んなきゃね、いいんだけどね。
I must say, I really don't care for the den of
ほんとうるせえ
self-delusion
女
that
無
he's
理だわ。
retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I
あと
think
鳥の羽つけた女無理だわ、マジで。
She mostly ignores me if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh, I mean, you don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
他の女性キャラと比べるとだいぶセクシーに描かれてんだけどな。
She's a most unsavory little. She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility.
これは前パートで
Did
も
you
言われてましたよ
not
ね。
know that?
仲悪いんだ。
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
友達感はないけど、良さは理解してますぐらいな感じだね。
Isn't he strapping?
He is... big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input. Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
鳥のことも大概なんだけどね。
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait, is that me?
こういうこと言う女性嫌いじゃないんだよな。
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
なんかちょっとこの羽の扱い方もお上品に見えなくもない。
It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
そうですね。なんか少なからずちょっとペニー可愛いなって思ってしまうのは、ほんとなんか進学クラスの男女関係みたいなもんで、周りに可愛い女がいないからなんだよ、きっと。
No, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you.
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that.
セクシーだけどね。
Any money
星
left
付きと
in
か
the
さ。
Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest. Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
まあ、この身振りそぶりは結構好きなんだよな。
Goodness me. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it. I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though.
なんかちょくちょくこの両生類みたいな生き物出てくるんだよな。
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue. I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling, don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her.
まあね。
Freya doesn't take very good care of her pains, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities. Oh, that's rather sad.
どうなんだろうな。なんか人並みな感情は備えてそうだけどな。
Gaudy old thing, isn't it?
うん。
Flora seems very
お
fond
前
of
が
it.
言う
I've
か、そ
never
れ。
understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable. How terrible.
表情豊かでいいですね。
Color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene. If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
あんま大したこと言ってくんない
A
ね
thing。to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
はい。
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
そうだね。ちょっと表情明るいもんな。
Somebody taken an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
本当に死んじゃったのか
Oh,
な
a secret diary.
That's our guess too.
Excellent. I don't know what that is. Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to
高く売れ
sell
そう
them.
ですけど
But
ね。
honestly, I think he just likes the way they look. Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
まあ、やっぱペネロピ・フィッツなのかな、これは。
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her. I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea. Lovely. Not a fan of insects
ああ、
myself.
虫嫌いっつってたな、
Whose
確か
research
に。
is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Rhea, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
でもこれポインターの部屋にあったんだ
I
よ
must say the
な。
girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular
あ
treatment.
ー
I
ちょっ
let
と
them out
特
to
殊な
fly
んだ。
occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
マジっすか。
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying
そうだ
around,
ね。
was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
うん。
Yes, it's my my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
まあ言えてるな、それは。
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
おーい、なんも出してくんねえな。わ
Something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
そうだな。
Something.
Let's ask him about it.
行くか。3回目はないぞ。わあ、開いた。
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
絶対とは言えないよな。嘘をつく必要があるかわかんないけど、塔には登ってくのは問題ないんだろう。これじゃない？
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
はい。
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
はい。ナイフじゃないんだったらこれじゃないですか？
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
確かに使ってる様子はないな。フィッツが園芸用スコップを持ってポインター島に行く理由は、フィッツがペニーの部屋で、フィッツがペニーの部屋でかな？フィッツがペニーの部屋で鉢植えの花を世話するために使用されてる。
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
フィッツとのつながり。これじゃないのか？似たようなのこれしかないぞ。これでいきましょう。
Let's take a closer look at these.
はい。まあ、鉢植えと土で、一緒だよね。
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
ピキーンの気持ちよさ
Let me
尋
guess.
常じゃない。
Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again. When she's not there, water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
でよ。結局なんか、ペネロピもそんなに情報を落としてくれなかったけど、次回はこのポインター教授だか博士だか行きたいと思います。よろしければチャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。それではまた次回の動画で。バイバーイ。